Good day, creators. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please like, subscribe. Yes. So today we'll be doing calculus. So we'll be looking at the first principle and how to answer the questions regarding the first principle. So let's just jump straight into it. The formula goes like f of x is equals to the limit as h approaches 0, f into x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So basically this is the formula that you are supposed to use immediately you hear the examiner saying determine the first derivative of f using the first principle. So we'll just take one example. The examiner will be giving you this f of x, which is x squared. Then the examiner will say determine the first derivative of f of x using the first principle. So this is very, very, very simple. Okay, but what is more challenging is that people do not understand where we should use this. This simply means whenever you see x, you should substitute x plus h. So this is just basically it. Then you'll subtract the f of x the way it is. But this means whenever you see x in your f of x, you must substitute this. Okay, let's just go straight into it. Then we'll be like f of x, the derivative, is equals to the limit as sorry about that, is equals to the limit as h approaches 0. Then we'll be like, what is our f of x? Is x squared. But then whenever we see x, we substitute x plus h. Then it will be like x plus h squared minus our f of x. Okay, minus f of x, which is just x squared divided by h. Do you follow? I hope so. Then we go and simplify this. We will just solve this. This is just a difference of two squares. Then it will be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared. I hope that everyone understand what have I done to get to this x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. It's just basic algebra. Okay, then we continue. F of x is equals to the as h approaches 0. Then as you can see, we have we group the like terms. This and this are like terms, which means it's like 1 minus 1, which is 0. This cancels this. Then we are left with with 2xh plus h squared all over h. Then we continue. Is equals to the sx approaches 0. Then as you can see on the numerator, we can take out the common factor of h. To take out h, we are left with, in this first product, we are left with 2x plus h divided by h. As you can see, this h divides this h. We are left with with 1. Okay, then we continue. f of x is equals to the limit as h approaches 0. We are left with what? With 2x plus h. So this is where we drop the h. This simply means whenever we see h, we must substitute what? 0 is equals to 2x plus 0. Therefore, the derivative of x is equals to 2x. Then we have proven, we have determined the first derivative of x using what? The first principle. Just like that, you are done. This is quite simple. Just have to understand what to do and make sure that your algebra is on point. Okay, so now I want to jump into the second section, which is the rules of differentiation. So this is very, very simple. This is where you collect your marks. We'll be looking at the differentiation rules. So there are few rules that you should know. They are very few. This is what I call the stumbling blocks. These are the things that will stop you from proving a certain thing, from getting the first derivative. Okay, the first one that you should look out for is the fractions. What do I mean by the fraction? You'll be given something like what? F of x is equals to 2 over x. You cannot find the first derivative of f of x if the x is on the denominator. Okay, so what you should do here is you should rewrite this as f of x is equals to 2 negative 1. When you take the x to the top, it becomes negative 1. So this is the first rule that you should know. That is very crucial. Okay, then we move to the second one. The second one that you should know is the sets. What do I mean? Is when your x is under a set. What do I mean? You'll be given something like f of x is equals to root of 3 into x. You cannot find the first derivative while your x is under a set. So what you should do is here it's just to the power of 1. So this thing can be written as f of x is equals to x into what is inside divided by what is outside. So when you are here, that's when you can simply get the first derivative of f of x, Then the third rule that I need you to know is fractions that are not fully simplified. This is very, very crucial because it might be hard for you to notice that this fraction is not fully simplified. For example, we'll be given f of x is equals to x squared minus 25 over x plus 5. As you can see, this thing is not fully simplified. So what you should do here, you should just say this is just f of x is equals to, this is a difference of two squares, x minus 5 into x plus 5. Then you realize that x plus 5 and x plus 5 on the numerator and denominator, they just divide each other. Then we are left with what? With 1. This one. Then therefore your f of x is equals to x minus 5. So you should look out for these kind of examples. Okay. Then the last one that is crucial is when the fractions that are not fully simplified. The last one I want to look into is you'll be given something like f of x is equals to x squared minus 3 over x. So when you are here, all you need to do is when we look at this x in the denominator, this x can be paired with x squared, and it can also be paired with what? With 3, because this x is our lowest common denominator. So what you should do in this situation, you should just say f of x is equals to x squared over x minus 3 over x. Sorry about that, minus 3 over x. Then that's when you'll be able to determine the first derivative of this. So right now I want us to jump straight into the examples so that you can understand what am I talking about. Okay, I'll be taking an example from the 2025 final question paper, November. The examiner will say determine the first derivative of g of x if g of x is equals to negative 3 to the power of 4 plus 2x. So you don't panic. All you have to do is just to remember those rules that we spoke about. You should just know which rule can be applicable. So you look at the question carefully, so then you analyze. Okay, looking at this question, you go and check the first rule, the fractions. Is there a fraction on this question? Then you realize that no, there is no fraction. Then you go and check the second rule. Is there sets on this fraction? On this equation that they've given us? Then you realize that no, there is no sets. Then you go check fractions that are not fully simplified. They are not there. Then you should just use the basic power rule to solve this question. Then you will be like g of the first derivative of g is equals to you'll be like 4 multiplied by negative 3, which is what? 4 8 12, which is negative 12 x minus 1, then it's 3. Okay, did you get that? Then you're like plus 1 times 2, it's 2. Then x minus 1, it's x to the power of 1 minus 1, it's 0, which is simply 1. Therefore, your final answer will be given as negative 12x cubed plus 2. Then we have proven, we have determined the first derivative of what? Of g. Now I want to take out the last example. Example number 2. The examiner will say determine what? The examiner will say determine dy over dx if y is equals to 2x4 plus 1 over x squared. The very same procedure. When we are given something like this, you should go consult with your rules that I've given you. We go and check the first one. Is there fractions? Looking at this question, yes, there are fractions. Okay, the first rule might work. Is there sets? Looking at this question, there are no sets. Then we skip that. Looking at then, is there fractions that are not fully simplified? Yes, there are fractions, but there's nothing for us to simplify here. Then you check out the last one, fractions that are not fully simplified, but you can break this x into, as you can see, the x squared, it's a lowest common denominator, so you can pair the x with 2x plus 2x into x to the power 4 plus 1. Okay, what I mean here, Gucci, you can, and you should not write this while you still have this thing. You should simplify this, then that's when you'll write the dy over dx. So it will be like 4 over x squared plus 1 over x squared. Then, as you can see on the first one here, it will be 2x squared plus, this thing we take it to the top, it's gonna be minus 2. Then when we are here, that's when we can find dy over dx. Dy over dx will just be simply 4x to the power of 1, and I'll be saying 2 times 2, which is 4, then 2 minus 1, which is 1, plus, then here I will be saying 2 times what? 1, it's what? Negative 2. Then I'll be saying negative 2 minus 1, which is x minus 3. Okay, then dy dx will just simply be 4x minus what? 2 over x to the power of 3. So this is where I think I should stop. I hope that this video was very helpful, and hopefully you understood all the concepts that I've been explaining on this video. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.